do expect to come out triumphant. And they just need to do much more better. I mean, Ademola Lookman missing a one-on-one sitter, one he should have converted, and they just have to up their game in the second half and get the best against the Saudi Arabian team.
Yeah, lots of missed chances, like Michael said, few on Nigeria's part, and one particular for Saudi Arabia. It's a goalless first half, but not uneventful right there in Portugal. Oᴏᴜᴜ, what's up? How is your weekend shaping up?
I think it's there's so much to be excited about. The AFCON 2024 draws were made yesterday. And then the sweetest part of it is that from Group A, B, C, D, it looks like the top 2 place team have already identified themselves. There's Nigeria, there's Ivory Coast, the host nation, which I'm super excited about. Well, fortunately for us, we're not going to be playing them in our first game. So, whatever it is, but it's always going to be very difficult to play against the host nation. But like I would always say, if you want to be the best, you have to find a way to either beat the best or let someone else beat the best for you. But the most important thing is that the best had to stop being the best before you can be the best. So I'm really super excited. I watched the media officer of the Super Eagles, Babafem Raj, on national TV yesterday, and was really excited. I also saw the interview of Passero and the captain of the side talking about what's his name now? Kenneth Omeru is the captain of the side now. He's the number 2 captain. Abel Musa is there in the squad for now. So, I mean, you saw that optimism. I remember when Passero came up to the team, he was talking about the fact that the easier, the least of the challenge they are giving themselves is to win AFCON. And I hope we really understand what we're stepping into. I hope you understand the expectations of Nigerians going into the AFCON. It's a win or bust. You have over 200 million people supporting you. The only thing that brings us together, a very contrast to what election does to us. Election divides us, religious divides us, tribe divides us. But football brings us together as a family. You see Hausa Igbo, you're everybody in the same place. The Super Eagles cause everybody jubilates. Nobody cares what your religious or your political affiliations are. So I hope Passero understands the weight of expectations. We've not won the AFCON since 2013, and that's 10 years ago, and we feel we are overdue for another AFCON victory. Imagine, in the midst of all of this chaos and so much instability and all of that, the Super Eagles of Nigeria just wins the AFCON. Like it's just going to be the perfect timing to get the AFCON, and I'm really excited. I saw the draws yesterday. I mean, I saw so many other groups. I think the Cameroon group is also very interesting. A lot of people are just saying group of death. I think all of the groups are actually
every group is difficult.
Very, very
in fact,
difficult.
On that note, let me just quickly run through some of the groupings. We know Nigeria is in Group A alongside Côte d'Ivoire, the host nation, Equatorial Guinea, and Guinea-Bissau. I think that is a more difficult group than it looks on paper. Lots of people think that it's just be Nigeria and Côte d'Ivoire win every game and qualify with 7 points each. You'll be very surprised. But we'll deep dive into all of the groups later on. But let me just run through them for now. Group B is Egypt, Ghana, Cape Verde, and Mozambique. And Group C is Senegal, Cameroon, Guinea, and the Gambia. Group D is Algeria, Burkina Faso, Mauritania, and Angola. Group E is Tunisia, Mali, South Africa, and Namibia. And for Group F is Morocco, DR Congo, Zambia, and Tanzania. Later on, we'll be talking about who had the easier group and who is going to have a difficult path, and generally who is going to win the AFCON. But for now, let us turn our attention to the Estadio Municipal de Portimao in Portimao, Portugal, where Saudi Arabia and Nigeria are playing in front of a near empty stadium. I'll be very surprised if they have up to 1,000 people in there, and that's me being even generous. But again, what do we expect when two countries decide to play in a completely neutral ground where they have no fan base or followership? So it's just to be expected that they were not, but I was just caught off guard by the emptiness of the stadium for a big international friendly in 2023. So maybe it's some things to consider when choosing venue and location. But at least we're not complaining about the pitch. The pitch looks good, and the football, I don't know. Michael, were you impressed by the first half?
Of course not. I mean, like I said, if you want to go into the AFCON with a bigger mindset, with an expectation of getting something, getting a treasure of the tournament, I mean, this is not the kind of performance you want to put on. They just have to do better in terms of finishing. I mean, Chukwueze as well, missing chances upon chances, the Super Eagles. I mean, at least they should have been 2 goals up by now. And you know,
Chukwueze has had a poor first half. In fact, let me give you a rundown of the lineup. Nigeria lineup with the ultra attacking formation 4-4-2. But you might even argue that this is basically a 3-1-6. It looks like
3-1-5-1 formation.
It looks like that at times. Francis Uzoho in goal. It's the back four of Tyrone Eboyi as the right back.
I'm really happy to see Tyrone Eboyi back in the
he's actually playing well.
I'm really happy.
𝗏𝗏 Ajayi and Calvin Bassey the center defensive partnership, and Bruno Onyemaechi is the left back, who has been superbly impressive. One of the best players. In fact, in my opinion, the best player for Nigeria or for either of the teams in the first half. I put in two very, very good crosses. Victor Osimhen uncharacteristically missed one from point blank range, and the other was wasted by Chukwueze as well. Speaking of Chukwueze, starts on the right of the wide midfield. Then Lookman is on the other end, the left midfield row. Then in the central midfield areas is Wilfred Ndidi and Alex Iwobi, the man who has become a rapper nowadays. If I had more time, I would have found a way to play that is rap. That is rap attempt. Let me call it that. I can't call that a rap song. It's an attempt. Anyway, speaking of attempts, Victor Osimhen and Victor Boniface, the Victors are starting up front for Nigeria. I don't know if any changes will be made at halftime by Jose Peseiro, but that first half formation so far looks like it's achieving what he wants it to. We are bombarding the Arabians, but so far no end product. That's been the plague for Nigeria, and it looks like the pressing patterns have worked so far. But again, a few times Saudi Arabia have been able to bypass the press, and Nigeria have looked very open at the back, especially for that one chance that Saudi Arabia created around the 35th minute, but 𝗏𝗏 could not convert. It was basically one-on-one with Uzoho, but Uzoho did very well to rush out and smother the chance. They are coming back onto the pitch now in Portimao. Let's see if the fortunes can change in the second half. But in case any Arabians are listening and you want to know who the Saudi Arabia lined up with, it's Mohamed Al-Owais, the goalkeeper, who had a fantastic World Cup. I remember he was one of the goalkeepers of the group stages, but they didn't quite go further than the group stages. It's Tambakti in the right full back position. It's Al Amri. Abdelela Amramri is partnered by Al Bulai in the central defensive areas, and then Al Dawsari is the left back. Nasser Al Dawsari. In midfield, they have Al Gamdi playing along with Al Karbari and Zazi, and up front it's a 4-3-3. Al Hamdan, Al Birikan, who I've mentioned earlier, and Al Muwadad are the front three for the Arabians, who now look to be bringing on a substitute. Let's see if Jose Peseiro will be proactive as well. But is there a player in particular that you want to see for the Super Eagles that you're hoping will make an appearance, especially in this second half?
Well, I don't know. Sometimes the essence of friendly games generally is to have some consistency in the side. I think we need to pay some bills.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Older thoughts. We need to pay bills. But
did you see Achraf Hakimi's outfits yesterday to the pre-awards? I'm sure his mom chose that outfit for him.
Come on.
Nobody can tell you otherwise. Everything he has is with his mom, so I'm sure his outfit also.
He's still maintaining that gimmick now. I don't get money. Baba, nobody they be you. Sports Cruise of 98.3 FM. We have to pay some bills. We'll be right back. Super Eagles are kicking off the second half. I can't see any changes, but if there are any, you'll find out very soon.
Everybody in a hurry. A season of unnecessary accidents.
When the airwaves in your market become more and more crowded. It's time to break it open and really stand out. Broken Air. It's here.
On Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. Lagos.
Oh yeah, now, babe. Let me leave you to do other things.
Okay, dear. We'll talk later. End the call.
No, you end it.
You end the call.
You end it.
No, end it from your end.
You end it from your end too.
End it, darling.
End it, Joe.
Sure, you see how recharging our MTN lines on the Momo app and getting double the airtime is allowing us make long calls.
Get 100% bonus when you recharge with your MTN line on the Momo app. Download the Momo app now or dial *671# to enjoy. Momo. Better.
Come on, give me some. Yeah, that's where I get my
Golden Penny Noodles comes in jollof chicken flavor, goat meat pepper soup flavor, jollof hot flavor, and the newly improved chicken flavor. Now available in a new pack. Golden Penny Noodles. I want what I want.
Me, I just want my.
Mama and Papa then they joke say now only one picking then they expect.
Mommy, be the golden child.
Anyway, our life be like this Momo 100% rechargeable. When you say you go get double of any amount that you charge.
MTN line now for Momo app or dial *671# now.
Make Momo summer you better bonus.
Download Momo app now or dial *671# to enjoy. Momo better pass cash.
Are you seeking admission into a tertiary institution in Nigeria? Here is a admission into Eko-City Polytechnic is now open. Available courses are computer science, theatre and media arts, mass communication, science and banking operations, business administration, multimedia technology. Qualified students should have scored 100 and above in the last JAMB exam. Facilities classrooms, innovative workshop, recreation space, and fully functional hostels. Our lecturers and tutors combine both. For the 2022-2023 academic session at the campus, Eko-City Polytechnic, Plot 100, Alhaji Onilewu Federal Ministry of Education. For more information, please call Moses 091 62 92 7079. Praise 091 62 69 0784 or visit our website www.ecocity.
Get 100% bonus. Dial *671# to enjoy. Momo.
Mainland 98.3 FM, the #1 radio.
Hello, my name is Godwin Enoch and I'm a broadcast journalist. Yes, my friend will tell me that I am a sport administrator by accident. Listen every day of the weekday to Sports Cruise on Mainland FM. God bless you.
Yeah, serious music for serious business in Portimao, Portugal, where Nigeria continue to be frugal. Demola Lookman and Samuel Chukwueze, the main culprits. And this level of complacency is worrying from my perspective. The game, we understand it's a friendly game, but also these are the games where you used to, build chemistry, you used to build, establish confidence. And, if Nigeria can beat this team by as many goals as possible, it's surely, work on improving their psyche for the next round of games. But for whatever reason, I just don't get the vibe that the guys are taking this as seriously as they should. But speaking of serious, let us transition into the AFCON draw. We'll continue to give you updates from whatever happens in Portugal between Saudi Arabia in white and Nigeria in their vegetable green or ewedu green. Let's put it that way. But does anybody want to guess what the Saudi Arabian team are called? Since I'm sitting in Wale's chair, let me do like Wale today.
Answer like Wale.
It's similar to they are called the Green Falcons apparently. Very, very interesting. Considering that we also wear green, and our female team is called the Super Falcons. But yeah, let's go to 2024 Côte d'Ivoire. What are our chances? First of all, can we top this group? Okay. Realistic, no, anything can happen, but realistically.
Realistically, and I've shown nothing but optimism. Going forward for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. When the draws were made yesterday, the moment we were not seeded in any of the pots, I knew that we could meet either of Senegal or Egypt or Morocco or Ivory Coast or Cameroon or Ghana, any of the top teams, because we're not seeded. So I already made up my mind that in every group, see, whether we like it or not, we may choose to say that African football, there are no minnows in African football anymore. It's not like how well we battered Sao Tome and Principe over 2 legs. So you would always still have those teams, although sometimes in games where you expect the Super Eagles of Nigeria to live up and then just get things done, they always sometimes fluff their lines. When they got knocked out in the round of 16 at the last AFCON, I felt totally disappointed because it looks like maybe not particularly close to the 2013 late coach Stephen Kechi team that won the AFCON, but I kind of felt like we had a really good team going into the last AFCON. We had some above average players that were doing consistently well for the national team. I beat the injury of Victor Osimhen that ruled him out of AFCON, but we got knocked out in the round of 16. Even the one that we won a golden bronze in Egypt, we got beaten by Madagascar, a team that we could barely even pronounce the names of their players, apart from their manager that happened to be a former Nigerian international, then Emmanuel Amunike. So it could be a bit dicey. Now, I'm really excited about the draws. I'm excited about the fact that we're going to get a very strong challenge at the start of the tournament, which is the host nation. But I'm also trying to be very careful. We have 2 Guinea teams in our group. We have Guinea-Bissau and Equatorial Guinea. And if you look at Equatorial Guinea at the last AFCON, I think they were also in the group of Nigeria in the last AFCON.
2-0 victory.
So it could be a big,
and Guinea-Bissau have even beaten Nigeria in the
qualifying round. So I just hope that we won't focus so much on Ivory Coast. Like I said, Ivory Coast and Guinea-Bissau will play the first game. Nigeria and Equatorial Guinea will play our own. That's the first round of games in the group. The opening match will be played by Ivory Coast and Guinea-Bissau. I hope that we will not be looking towards Ivory Coast game and draw points against the other Guinea teams. It's going to be very dicey. I have a feeling that the Super Eagles are in a very right frame of mind. We play these two friendly matches against a team that's on paper they look kind of better than us. Talking about Saudi Arabia, in recent achievement, they were at the last World Cup, we're not there. They defeated Argentina at the last World Cup against all odds. They are coming with arguably one of the most successful national team managers in the world, in Roberto Mancini, fresh from the European Championship with the Italian national team. He moved over to Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia are also 3 times Asian champions. We're also 3 times African champions. So you want to look at that balance. I'm sure a lot of people will be wondering that when we picked these friendly matches like 2 months ago, like a month ago, I was saying, why are we stooping so low to play Saudi Arabia? The thing is this. We're going to qualify from that group. That's the fact. When we are going to top the group is what I still can't put in perspective. It depends on the form we go into the Nations Cup with. We play 2 friendly matches now. I think there are still qualifiers in November. If I'm not mistaken, there are going to be qualifiers in November. Then we go into AFCON next year. Depend on the form of the boys. Depend on how early the club sides are going to release the boys to resume camp for AFCON. It also depends most especially on how motivated these boys are going into the AFCON. I saw a couple of videos on day first today of Victor Osimhen, Samuel Chukwueze, Moses Simon. There's that synergy among the boys. They play, they banter, they joke, they mix. I mean, I saw Alex will be also trying to make some banters on the training pitch and all of that. You have all of those energy. We have a sport minister that seems to be interested in the success of the boys. I don't want to blow the trumpet yet. We were overexcited when Sunday Dare also came up on board. We thought he's got so many ideas. Now, Minister Eno is also coming through with his own ideologies and all of that. It looks also that the NFF is this time around probably ready to do one or two things. So if we're able to tick all of these boxes going into the AFCON, and if we start well, this is not a marathon, it's a sprint. It's just how many games you play. 3 games at the group stages, cut off a round of 16, quarterfinals, semi-finals, and maybe top place and finals. It's just 7 games. So every single win is important. Every single game is important. At the group stages, you have to make sure that you open the tournament with a win to give you that comfort going forward. You also have to make sure that you continue to grow into this tournament. If you manage to win maybe 1-0, 2-1 in your first game, you should be comfortable enough to get the numbers, get the goals in the subsequent game. So I'm very positive about the Super Eagles going into this African Cup of Nations. And I think, and I'm still going to say this, that the Super Eagles are top 3 teams favorites to win the AFCON going into this one. I'm not going to put it in any particular order, but I'm going to tell you that the Super Eagles of Nigeria are in top 3 favorites going into his AFCON in my own estimation based on form. I mean, we have that's why I said I don't want to put it in any. Of course, you want to definitely put a mention for Senegal and all of this. We have arguably 2 of the top 10 most sought after strikers in world football right now in Victor Boniface and Victor Osimhen. Standard, those boys will crack any team, any day, any time.
They've not cracked.
Fantastic form. He said.
They've not cracked.
The victors are not. They are choosing not to be victorious today. But the truth of the matter is that it depends on how the guys go into the Nations Cup. We go into the mentality that we can get the job done. We can beat the boys. Like I said, I watched the media officer of the Super Eagles yesterday. So much optimism. I watched the manager of the side on TV yesterday, Pasero. I also saw the captain of the side. We just have to make sure that the boys are in good shape going into AFCON. The boys are well motivated going into AFCON. Don't let us do any 11th hour. We already know the draws now. We know we are playing with. Luckily for us, we have Ivory Coast that we can get as much clips as we can get from them. Even Equatorial Guinea, like I said, we played them in the last AFCON. We defeated them by 2-0. So we have to make sure that we get the job done. If we're able to top the group, I don't know. But in terms of the top 3, it's going to be Super Eagles of Nigeria, the Senegalese national team, and Cameroon.
No place for Morocco, despite their World Cup history making. No place for Algeria. No place for the host.
Cameroon for me.
Very, very interesting. But let me hear the thoughts of Michael before we then proceed to, in fact, let us check this head-to-head because it's not looking good. Ivory Coast seem to have Nigeria's number.
They have it's not seems to. They got our number.
But 0913-600410 is number to call. Who wants to guess the last time Nigeria played Ivory Coast in a competitive game? I'm sure you know it. If you know it, just say it. Michael.
I'm doing Wale today now. Continue to do Wale.
Congratulations to you. So I'll leave it for our listeners to try and attempt it. But Michael, do you share Okpe's level of confidence going into looking at these draws?
Yeah, for me, no, I do not really think. I do not believe in this, especially the midfield. I mean, this has been the major concern in the last, let me say, 1-2 years. I mean, we've lost creativity in that midfield. I mean, there's no link up play between the midfield and the attackers. I mean, the most goals we've gotten are as a result of individual brilliance up front. I mean, the strikers, the forward who have refused to turn up today, and we can see how bad it is. I mean, when Jᴏɪᴜ was in form, I mean, we could tell that this guy is really, really promising. From the midfield, he could hold on to the ball. Like, he's that kind of midfielder that can hold.
Sorry to cut you, Michael John. Have you seen the score? What is Saudi? Wow.
Anyway, Saudi Arabia have taken the lead.
How did Saudi? Wow.
Saudi Arabia have taken the lead. It's Al-Faraj with the goal. One of the substitutes, he came on at halftime to replace Gamdi, and Al-Faraj has scored the goal to give Saudi Arabia the lead. In fact, I think it will be re-given as a Francis Uzoho own goal, if I believe, because the ball did not look to me like it was going into the net before Uzoho himself
Uzoho Onana it.
This Onana cannot even do this because Onana is not tall enough to commit this kind of error. Uzoho jumped high into the sky to put the ball down into his own net. fantastic comedy of errors
Wow.
right there from the Nigerian goalkeeper and, in true Nana fashion, according to Okpe. But yeah, Nigeria are down in a game they've dominated. Where have we heard this before? Again, does this?
I don't know. The way Michael will now talk after this one.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, we do not have that creative, that spark in me. They are not doing.
By the way, change for Nigeria. Just before Saudi Arabia scored, Victor Osimhen has been taken off and replaced by 𝗃 So we only have one Victor on the pitch, Mr. Two Victors. Our market. Michael, go on.
Yeah, so I mean, the manager really needs to find a suiting tactics going into the competition, because I think that's the only thing that can save us now. I do not think the players have the spark going into this competition. Like I said earlier, the individual brilliance has been off, and that was what has delivered. In terms of team play, I mean, it's not really impressive. I do not see the beautiful. In terms going forward and getting results, I do not see that happening. And I do not even think we can get past the likes of Ivory Coast, Ghana. There are a lot of teams there that can pounce on us when we get to that AFCON, especially going into the competition in this kind of form. And we just have to we need to do better. Yeah.
All right, we need to do better, says Michael. But let me hear what Coyote wants to say. Good evening. Welcome to Sports Cruise.
Yeah, good evening to you guys.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, it seems you are very down about this Nigeria.
Of course, we know the Super Chickens now. They are no longer the Super Eagles.
Respect them. Respect them.
Yeah. Yeah, for first and foremost, I believe we need to look inward when it comes to goalkeeper. I believe our major worry is not even defense. It should be the goalkeeping. I believe the likes of 𝗏 goalkeeper, I don't know. The goalkeeping coach should look inward and give us quality.
Kyle also made that. He also the goalkeepers have error. It doesn't matter how good you are. Goalkeepers will still eventually commit error. Because
no.
The player you made example for now had a bad error this week.
What do you say?
The player you just called, the 𝗏 goalkeeper, had a bad error this week in 𝗏
against Rivers United, have you?
Against Rangers.
Okay, but it doesn't matter. Now, at least let's give them a chance now. Since the likes of Uzor and Okoye have been messing up, we should look inward. So I believe if we want to do well in the Nations Cup, we should plan ahead and look inward and give us a better goalkeeper. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I think that's the last call we can take before I have to pay some more bills. But yeah, Nigeria down in Portugal. What's new? I don't know. But Super Eagles are currently trailing in Portugal to Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, before this game, were on a 9-game winless run. So Saudi Arabia, in fact, had lost their last 6 games consecutively. And the only team that they've beaten in their last, the only team they've beaten in their last 10
was Argentina.
No, was Yemen.
I don't want to rub that one to Messi fans' face.
It was Yemen. Wow. But anyway, in case you want to drag some goats, let me tell you that Cristiano Ronaldo could be sentenced to 99 lashes for adultery. So they feel they flog your goats for Saudi Arabia. Nothing you can do about it.
As soon as.
Sports Cruise on Mela 98.3 FM. We'll give you more details on Ronaldo flogging. But for now, let's pay some views.
This is Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos.
Come and give me some flavor. Yeah, I want my flavor. Golden penny noodles. Yeah, that's why I get my flavor.
Golden penny noodles comes in jollof chicken flavor, goat meat pepper soup flavor, jollof hot flavor, and the newly improved chicken flavor. Now available in a new pack. Golden penny noodles. I want what I want.
Me, I just want my.
My name na Taiwo Kuka.
My name na Kehinde Kuka.
We be twins.
We small. Our mama and papa then they joke say now only one pikin then they expect. But not 2 of us them get.
Actually, now I mean then they expect to. Now she then get as a wolf.
I beg you.
Na me be the golden child.
Anyway, our life be like this Momo.
Or dial *671# now.
Make Momo, summer you better bonus.
Are you seeking admission into a tertiary institution in Nigeria? Here is a big opportunity for you. The 2022-2023 admission into Eko-City Polytechnic is now open. Available courses are Computer Science, Theatre and Media Arts, Mass Communication, Science Laboratory Technology, Electronics Engineering, Accounting, Banking Operations, Business Administration, Multimedia Technology. Qualified students should have scored 100 and above in the last JAMB exam. Facilities at Eko-City Polytechnic includes well-equipped studio and laboratories, modern classrooms, innovative workshop, recreation space, and fully functional hostels. Our lecturers and tutors combine both academic and industry experience. Full-time and part-time admission forms are available for the 2022-2023 academic session at the campus Eko-City Polytechnic, Plot 100, Alhaji Onilewura Street, Ikotun Egbe, Lagos State. Eko-City Polytechnic is approved by JAMB, NBTE, and the Federal Ministry of Education. For more information, please call Moses 091 62 54 0610, Wale 091 62 92 7079, Praise 091 62 69 9996, Adelanwa 081 26 580784, or visit our website www.ecocity.edu.ng. Eko-City Polytechnic, building industry-ready professionals.
Yes, who are you? What's up, Pop? I'm Young Love Booty, your daughter Nina's boyfriend. God forbid. Last month, Nina gave me this phone to repair, and she called asking me to return the SIM urgently. Ah, that's my old 𝗃. Why didn't you say so before? Nina, dear, Young Love Booty is here. Oh. Do anything to get your Airtel SIM back on if you haven't used it for 30 days or more. To enjoy 12 minutes voice call and 120 megabyte free on every recharge. Recharge 100 Naira and down. *141, *341, *1# now.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Recharging our MTN lines on the Momo app and getting double the airtime is allowing us make long calls.
Get a 100% bonus when you recharge with your MTN line on the Momo app. Download the Momo app now or dial *671# to enjoy. Momo. Better.
Come and give me some flavor. Yeah, I want my flavor. Golden penny noodles. Yeah, that's why I get my flavor.
Golden penny noodles comes in jollof chicken flavor, goat meat pepper soup flavor, jollof hot flavor, and the newly improved chicken flavor. Now available in a new pack. Golden penny noodles. I want what I want.
Noodles. Me, I just want my flavor.
Yes, who are you? What's up, Pop? I'm Young Love Booty, your daughter Nina's boyfriend. God forbid. Last month, Nina gave me this phone to repair, and she called asking me to return the SIM urgently. Ah, that's my old 𝗃. Why didn't you say so before? Nina, dear, Young Love Booty is here. Oh. Do anything to get your Airtel SIM back on if you haven't used it for 30 days or more. To enjoy 12 minutes voice call and 120 megabyte free on every recharge. Recharge 100 Naira and down. *141, *341, *1# now.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Come and give me some flavor. Yeah, I want my flavor. Golden penny noodles. Yeah, that's why I get my flavor.
Golden penny noodles comes in jollof chicken flavor, goat meat pepper soup flavor, jollof hot flavor, and the newly improved chicken flavor. Now available in a new pack. Golden penny noodles. I want what I want.
Noodles. Me, I just want my flavor.
Mainland 98.3 FM, your number one radio. Reaching stars, the sound of Lagos.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM.
Super Eagles, hey, let the road for Super Eagles, hey, Super Eagles all the way, green, white, green are the color, hey, let the road for Super Eagles,
Well, green and white is the color, but it's not Nigeria's own. It's the Green Falcons of Saudi Arabia leading in Portimao, Portugal. That goal still stands for Al-Faraj, Salam Al-Faraj, with the goal. I think it should have been given as a Francis Uzon goal, but maybe that will be corrected retrospectively. It really doesn't matter. Saudi Arabia are about to win their first game in 8. First win in 8 for Saudi Arabia, and it's coming against Nigeria. 72 minutes of play in Portimao, Portugal. Saudi won, Nigeria nil. Welcome to Sports Cruise on 98.3 FM. If you've been with us the whole time, good. If you are just coming, let's come out. But still, you've not missed quite a lot. It's only that Nigeria trail 1-0 to Saudi Arabia, and it's not looking good. But we're talking about Cristiano Ronaldo's quite funny predicament. Funny but not funny. Cristiano Ronaldo could face a sentence of 99 lashes for adultery the next time he visits Iran because of a photo with a painter. According to reports in the country, Iranian media have claimed that a large number of lawyers in the country have filed a complaint over their ancestor due to a picture from his visit back there in September. Ronaldo, who is in a relationship with Spanish model Georgina Rodriguez, visited Tehran, the capital of Iran, with 𝗪 to face Persepolis in the group stage of the Asian Champions League in September. So the question is, if Cristiano Ronaldo is due 99 lashes next time he touches down in Iran, I wonder how many lashes 𝗏𝗏 will be due. Well, Super Eagles have equalized, just as 𝗏𝗏 says, and it's Victor Boniface who wheels away in celebration. 72 minutes of play. The Saudi players are refusing to drop the ball for Nigeria to restart. But they eventually gave it to 𝗏𝗏 Iheanacho. And Victor Boniface with his first goal for Nigeria, I believe. Yeah, his first goal for the Super Eagles. Let's see how that one came about. The substitutes combining very, very well. Moses Simon and 𝗏𝗏 Iheanacho to create that one. Very, very nice pass to create that one for Victor Boniface, who just had to touch it into the back of the net. So Super Eagles may not yet be dead and buried. There's still lots of time.
I thought we were going to win the match. Don't worry yourself.
There's still lots of time for Nigeria to try and find that elusive winning goal. But again, should it have been this hard, considering the fact that we spoke about this friendly, and I told you people that you should not get ahead of this. Saudi Arabia are not that far from us, but you guys said no. That who is Saudi Arabia? What have they done in football? What have they done? That this is now 72 minutes. We are dragging 1-1 with the same Saudi Arabia that we condemned. It's the Nigerian way. We never like it easy. Oh, Michael, do you disagree?
Of course, I do not disagree with that. Yeah, the Saudi Arabia, like, they are not a team that will come into the AFCON and say they want to compete for the title. And I wonder why the Super Eagles find it hard, to get the major results out of this game. And
maybe it's just a case of complacency. Like I said, in the first half they were very, maybe they were taking it not quite as seriously as you expect them to take it. Maybe it's just the level. Who knows? Let me not cut them too much of a slack. But yeah, right now it's 74 minutes of play. Saudi Arabia won, Nigeria won in Portimao, Portugal. The last time Saudi Arabia played Nigeria was all the way back in 2010 in Austria. 2010 in Austria. And guess who was coach for Saudi Arabia at the time?
𝗪𝗪.
So this man has a lot of history. Yeah, and that game ended goalless. So maybe this one is also going to be a 1-1 draw. In fact, to give you another reason why I was so confident this game was not going to be easy. In that 2010 game, Nigeria were ranked 21 in the world, 21st in the world, while Saudi Arabia were ranked 66th. Today, Saudi Arabia ranked 57, Nigeria ranked 40th. So it's a case of steep decline for Nigeria and gradual but little progress for Saudi Arabia. And that, for me, that has to count for something. Well, let's hope that Nigeria can find a way. 0913-600-410 is the number to call. 0913-600-430 is the number to send your messages to. Let us get your thoughts on the Super Eagles. Are you disappointed or are you the right amount of appointed? Let us see. On YouTube as well, we are streaming live. Come and see Michael and his... He's not sweating today. I was going to say on a sweaty face, but it looks AC don't touch him. See Michael and 𝗏𝗏 Yᴏᴜᴜ right here. Also, this international break, and it's not just a Nigeria break. So let's see what else is going on in terms of results and matches. Let's say ongoing refereeing decision, and we'll continue to give you the updates, let you know what is decided. But hello, welcome to Sports Cruise.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening, sorry. This is Abimbola.
All right, Abimbola.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that Nigeria is top. I think we should go to get this. Saudi Arabia is. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go on.
I think Nigeria should be able to get this.
You think Nigeria should be able to get the win?
Yeah, they should be able to get it. Maybe 2-1.
Okay, let's see. There's a VAR check ongoing. We'll see if Nigeria can indeed get a favorable result to get the win. Thank you very much, Abimbola, for your contribution. Let's see if Nigeria can find a way back in front, or Nigeria can find a way in front in this game. I think the referee has pointed to the spots, or am I reading that wrongly? Of course, we'll give you updates. Let's just see how that goes. For now, changes have been made for Nigeria. 𝗪𝗏, of course, replaced Victor Osimhen, like I told you earlier. Bright Osai-Samuel has come on to replace Tyron Eboyi. Kelechi Iheanacho replaced Samuel Chukwueze, but Simon replaced Ademola Lookman. And the last two subs were influential in creating that goal for Victor Boniface. Well, the referee did not point to the spots. He just blew play on. So 7 minutes gone. It's still 1-1 as we see two more substitutes come on. Sadiq Umar comes on in place of the goal scorer Victor Boniface, and Joe Aribo, the man who is not getting game time at his club, gets to come on to replace Alexander the rapper Iwobi. Welcome to Sports Cruise.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
This is Bode speaking.
All right, buddy.
Yeah. Good evening, guys.
Good evening.
Good evening, buddy. Welcome. What's your thoughts on the Super Eagles?
It's supposed 5 games they slug that because in it. But this, I'm not impressed at all. And the group stages was the source of that group is tight. I think there will be improvement before that mission starts in January.
Okay, let's see if Nigeria can improve before January. I don't, but they is not seeming very optimistic. But good evening. Let's see if you are more optimistic. Hello. Good evening. I will greet you back.
Nigeria will collect what they want to. The rest of the see that Atome game was just a delusion. Like they just deceive us, confirm. Nigeria not start. Even that the alone game, we struggled. The alone should have carried the day or even joined that. So for me, it's just same old story. And there's nothing to be hyped up or to be excited about Super Eagles. Same old story, nothing. I don't know. See, as far as I'm concerned, make Nigeria never they qualify for any tournament. You pay because the heartbreak we don't suffer.
We cut your tickets.
Wait, calm down. The last AFCON they went for, waiting happen at the end of the day with all the winning and everything. Round of 16. Now we see nothing. This Nigeria team is wrapped up already as far as I'm concerned. Nothing to write them about. For me, they should just quit football and let's focus on Premier League. I beg. That's going to give us joy. Be that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
You go say the Super Eagles they give me joy.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening to every other person in the studio. Benjamin from Benga.
All right, Benjamin.
The last call I mentioned something about 𝗪𝗏. I just remember that we won 𝗪𝗏, I think 10-0 home and away, and we dropped places in the FIFA ranking. It shows that Nigeria is very, very poor. Imagine somebody that has not won the last 8 games, we are struggling to draw 1-1. Is this Cameroon, Senegal, Algeria, Morocco that want to go and face today? Nigeria should rest our leg.
All right, this says Nigeria should rest, and just as he said that the Super Eagles appear to have taken the lead. Let us see if that one can be confirmed. But hey, welcome.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
My name is Chinedu.
All right, Chinedu.
I'm down to say that the Nigeria Saudi Arabia must have predicted a draw. And it seems I'm getting it right.
No, it seems your prediction is wrong because Kelechi Iheanacho just scored to put Nigeria in front. 2-1.
I say it's not yet over.
The English have changed.
It's not yet over.
Good evening. Welcome to Sports Cruise.
Hello, good evening. Hi, John Moses.
Huh?
Good evening, John Moses.
Good evening, John Moses, the man with two first names.
I gave a correct score this morning, 2-1 correct score. Saudi is going to win.
Okay, your correct score don't spoil. Your correct, Nigeria just took it. Nigeria just took a 2-1 lead. Ķelechi and Acho just scored.
You said it's 2-1. How would the equalizer make it correct score 2-1 again?
Wait, now Jolo be that. Now give the red card. Now give the red card.
I don't know if Nigeria get
That was a beauty of a goal. I just saw the clip now. That was a beauty of a goal.
Very nice finish by Ķelechi and Acho. Good evening and welcome to Sports Cruise.
Good evening.
Good evening. What's your name?
I have a question.
All right.
If you had to bring one person from the past to this current Super Eagles squad, who would that be?
Vincent Eyama, easy. You can see the suffering we are suffering from lack of goalkeepers. Vincent Eyama, without a doubt. But that's an interesting question, guys. Who would be your pick?
Will I go and ask Peter Rufai to come back?
No, it doesn't have to be a goalkeeper.
I mean, it has to be a goalkeeper for me. That is absolutely where we have our biggest inconsistency. I mean, it's not even like Uzo is getting anything. I even heard that his brother is at 𝗃ᴜ also training, his younger brother also training to, if he can get a contract into the youth cadet of the side. But hey, we've had so much inconsistency within the goalkeeper side that we had to literally go and beg what was his name, after 13 games missed for the Super Eagles, Maduka Okoye to come back to the side. And it's a problem.
We don't know if it was.
We are bringing in Oᴘᴇɪ Ojo. He's not. He even has a mix-up with his visa, the old Schengen visa, whatever. I couldn't link up with the team, and just so many issues with the goalkeeping department. Hey, and that is to be one of the strength of the side. I think the last time we had something close to a decent goalkeeper that we're all comfortable with was actually Carl Ikeme. You know, so and I mean, there were those times where we had some really amazing goalkeepers. Vincent Eyama into the 2010 FIFA World Cup, it was exceptional. The 2002 World Cup as well with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. I mean, we've had some really good goalkeepers, but it looks like we've been jinxed. It looks like we've been cursed in the goalkeeping department, and we've just been doing trial and error. We used to think that General's project, Francis Uzoho was General's project, but he didn't even achieve any success with Francis Uzoho. Now we're back and stuck with the same Francis Uzoho. That the goal today was actually going to be counted for him as an own goal, which is quite unfortunate. So I think in short, you just helped my cause today. Certainly Victor Eyama, sorry, I said Victor Eyama, Vincent Eyama, certainly had to be the one I would not even think twice to bring him back into the side.
All right, speaking of own goals, Abdullah Al-Amri has been credited with Nigeria's equalizer, so Victor Boniface still has to wait for his first goal for Nigeria. I'm assuming the Saudi Arabian defender got the final touch after Victor Boniface tried to connect with that cross. All right, just as Nigeria inch close to getting a third, but Sadiq Umar could not convert. Saudi Arabia have also had two penalty shouts that I feel could have been and probably should have been awarded, especially the first one. But neither of them were awarded after VAR reviews. So there's not a lot to complain about from a Nigerian perspective. In this
Sadiq Umar just missed another goal. Like, how many chances do we need to get in this game before we can comfortably clear this game off?
Yeah. No need to ask which person's stream is slowest because literally just talked about it just now. But yeah, other games ongoing. Guinea leading Guinea-Bissau by a goal to nil. 90 minutes into that one. DR Congo beating New Zealand by a goal to nil as well. 88 minutes of play. Nigeria beating Saudi Arabia 2-1. You knew that already. South Africa Eswatini is goalless after 90 minutes of football. South Africa cannot beat Eswatini. Very surprised. Appalled, disappointed, disoriented, discombobulated.
Eswatini is not a new country. It's Swaziland. They changed them.
It does not matter.
So don't think it's a country that just got independent. It's Swaziland. They just changed their name to Eswatini.
It does not matter. South Africa should be beating them. Anyway, we'll see more games later on. Austria versus Belgium is one to look at for 7:45 in the European qualifiers. Iceland, Luxembourg, Ireland, Greece, Liechtenstein, Bosnia Herzegovina, and the Netherlands, France is definitely the big game for them by 7:45. Portugal, Slovakia. If you are interested in seeing the goals before they flog him later on, Cristiano Ronaldo should be in action. We saw some interesting results yesterday. Let me just quickly go through before we take messages. In the Euros qualifiers yesterday, Spain, Scotland, Spain 2, Scotland 0. Scotland finally dropped points in this
big
group.
game. Yeah, a very big game. But again, VAR.
Were they robbed?
That's where I'm going to.
Looked at that goal over and over again. I still don't see anything.
That's exactly where I'm going to. I don't know. I don't know how much credibility the VAR will continue to lose, and how much discredit it to continue to put into the effort of everyone that feels officiating is almost like the most important part. Officiating is as important as the game being played itself. Again, the manager of Spain said that even if the goal has stood, the team was strong enough, and he knows that they will have bounced back, and they will have gotten another goal for themselves in that game. But I saw the game, and the manner at which they considered the second goal was quite awful. I don't know what the Scottish defender was doing with the ball. He was like a tactical with the ball. He literally gave the ball away. But Morata, 34 international goals, and people still don't talk about this guy. The quality of the finish is exceptional. It's quite unfortunate, but the thing is that they don't even need to kick a ball before they qualify now. If Spain defeats Norway on Sunday, Scotland are through to the Euros. It's as simple as that. And even if Norway beats Spain, by the way, Norway defeated Cyprus away from home yesterday 5-0, and guess what? Alan got a brace for himself in that. The ease at which he was scoring those goals, you start to wonder why is he not getting the goals at Manchester City. But so exactly all Norway needs to do, all Spain needs to do rather, is to defeat Norway on Sunday, and Scotland are true. And even if it doesn't happen, they still have 2 more games, and 2 of those games, one is away and one is at Eden Park in Scotland. So they have all of their things, all of their future right in their own hands. But you never can tell. Norway can just be the spoiler, because Norway can also still qualify. In fact, Cyprus can still make it to the playoff spot in that particular group. So hey, I felt Scott McTominay's goal should have stood. Yes, it was a legitimate goal, but the VAR just took it out, and it took us back to that conversation of VAR both for club and country.
Yeah, VAR both for club and country. We saw Scott McTominay scored that free kick. The man is on form. The confidence is extremely high.
He's having a Maguire feeling.
If he was an athlete, the way they will be testing him every 5 minutes. Because how do you just overnight suddenly become
highest goal scorer
from a struggling midfielder to one of the best goal scoring players in the world?
He's been consistent for Scotland, actually, especially in the qualifiers.
Yeah,
he's chipping some really good goals.
He's the second highest scorer in the qualifying round. 6 goals, tied with Erling Haaland and Rasmus Højlund. Those are the only other people with 6 goals. He has more qualifying goals than Harry Kane in this series.
That's a Manchester thing. Top 3 players are all playing in Manchester.
Yeah, and only Lukaku has scored more goals than him with 8.
Lukaku is not your mate.
So you look at the company that the kind of company that McTominay is keeping, and you start to wonder, are Manchester United, shortchanging themselves? That's probably a conversation.
Are they the problem?
Maybe they are, but that's a conversation for another time. Still 2-1 in favor of Nigeria in Portimao, Portugal. It's looking like Nigeria will secure that win. Okay, now that it's looking like the win is coming home, let's not jinx it. Are you satisfied or disappointed? Because you seem like you were expecting a comprehensive victory.
No, I wanted a win. It's a friendly match, and we play Mozambique again on Monday. The most important thing is that we get the job done, even though I still question the quality of the opposition. I felt we should have taken advantage of the last qualifiers where we play only 𝗏 and Príncipe. We should have gotten a top quality team to play, but then we're taking in Saudi Arabia, also taking Mozambique. Mozambique will give us the African feeling. They are also coming to the AFCON, by the way, so they are not pushovers anymore. But like I said, a win is a win, and the most important thing is that the players got the goals. Kelechi Iheanacho, ever present for the Super Eagles. Victor Boniface is getting himself accustomed to the way the Super Eagles play. He's going to be a very pivotal player for us going into the next AFCON. And so I think the most important thing is that we get the win, which is a morale booster for us. If we play against Mozambique again on Monday and we're able to get the win, I think my takeaway from this game would have to be the fluidity of the Super Eagles team. It shows that Africa pitches need to do a lot of work. The way we struggle when we play in Africa, the way we struggle to put 2 or 3 or 4 passes together is always different when we play in Europe, and that's one of the reasons why the player will always prefer to play outside. So it's a win regardless of the score line, which is the key thing for me. The Super Eagles will, I said it, even at 1-0, I said we're going to win the game, and I think is as good as done.
Yeah, as good as done, according to 𝗏괜 Tᴜᴜᴅᴇ. Speaking of games that are done, also friendly matches. Japan 4-1 winners against Canada earlier today. Very, very entertaining game in that one. South Korea beats Tunisia by 4-0.
The Tunisia, he said I should be worried about in AFCON.
I mean, Tunisia literally knocked us out at last time.
Well, they just lost 4-0.
To South Korea.
You're as good as the last game.
Look at the
to South Korea. Who is the EPL player of the month?
Of course, England.
Which country is he playing for?
Yeah.
Are you whining me now?
And that's what I'm saying now. Like, they lost 4-0 to South Korea. South Korea is a significantly better team than them.
Significantly better team than them.
This is where you can shift goalposts. Let's take our last caller. Good evening.
Good evening. I just have a question, not related to because it's international break. I have a question.
All right.
Why is it that international friendly goals are counted? Why club friendly goals are not added to a player career goals?
That's a very good point, actually. I wish I had an immediate answer for you. There's no real answer other than do whatever you like, to be honest. But yeah, that's a very, very interesting angle. And think about that and see if they, but I really, why when you think about it, it's just one of those things that's just an unwritten rule. Why do we count international friendly goals but we don't count club friendly goals?
Maybe when Romario and was counting 4,000 goals for club and country, even Pele's own too. They said about over 400 goals that was scored for club, and they added to it. The rules, I guess, it just got blown. Maybe in very recent history, but. You to score goals for your club.
It's most likely because international friendly games are acknowledged as official games.
As official games, club friendlies are not official games.
So international friendly games happen within a FIFA window. They are planned for. Club friendlies are not exactly. They are just the club, looking to, while away time for their.
They count club friendly. Do you know how many goals 𝗏𝗏 will have by
now? Let's end it on the note with one message. Good evening. 𝗏괜 and Tunde Young. I'm really disappointed in Nigeria game. Saudi, this is the player we are taking to African Cup of Nations. Wᴏʟᴏ my co-𝗏 Ikeja. Fret not, fear not. We'll be back next week. Sports Cruise, we are done for the week. Let the road for Super Eagles. We don't try.